Hey guys, welcome back. It's Joseph. Quick and simple gospel. Yeshua, Jesus came to this earth, lived a perfect 33 years, was crucified on a cross for our sins, buried in a tomb for 3 days, and rose from the grave on the third day. We are saved through faith in Christ alone and by no other name. Amen. So, good evening, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Tonight, we have some big breaking news, folks. It happened again. We have a new plane incident, this one in Seattle. Delta Airlines, Japan Airlines planes collide on the ground in Seattle. And this is breaking news today, February 5th. So we are going to break this down today. We'll wait for a few people to jump in, and then we'll go ahead and get started. And you guys are not going to believe the numbers on this one. It's the same number that I've been talking about all week. Every single plane incident over the last week has been connected to one number. And that one number is the number 222. And that number 222 is the whole reason I started this channel. So this is pretty crazy stuff, as you're going to see. And we're really only going to talk about two numbers today. We're going to talk about the number 222 and the number 666, and I'm going to show you how it all comes together. But yes, big breaking news. Delta Airlines, Japan Airlines planes collide on the ground in Seattle. So let me check in with the chat, and we'll go ahead and get started. I was live about an hour ago. And what's crazy, during that live stream, I was showing all the 222 connections to all the plane incidents that happened this week. And then as I'm talking about, it was like 20 minutes after I wrapped up the part about the 222 and the planes that breaking news happened. And we were live when it happened. I couldn't believe it. You'll have to go back and watch the live from earlier. Also, I did a couple big decodes in that live stream earlier. We covered the shooting in Sweden, and we covered the shooting in Ohio. So if you want to watch the decodes on those incidents, make sure you watch the live stream from earlier today. But this is going to be a shorter live. It shouldn't be longer than 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes tops, this one. And it's going to blow your mind. So let me check in with the chat. Hey, Pamela, good to see you. Hello to The Branch. Make sure you guys subscribe to him, The Branch. He's got a great channel. Hey, Elena, good to see you. Hello to the Bride of Christ. Much love. Hey, Evelyn. Hey, Craig. Hey, Christy. Hey, Rava Designs. Hey, Janet. Hey, Leslie. Much love. Hey, Claudia. Hey, Holly. Guys, do me a favor. When you come in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. It helps out the algorithm, and it helps more people find the video. And also, please hit the share button. That way we can get this out to more people. Hey, Nathan. Hey, Brian. How you doing? So if you have a Facebook, please share this out immediately. If you have a Twitter, please share this out immediately. Hey, Clayton. Hey, Mark. How you doing? If you're just coming in, breaking news. Delta Airlines, Japan Airlines planes collide on the ground in Seattle. And we're going to go ahead and get started right now. All right, guys. Here we go. Alright guys, just give me a second to get all set up here, and we will begin shortly. Alright guys, so Here it is. Delta Airlines, Japan Airlines planes collide on the ground in Seattle. This article from today, February 5th. It says exactly 1 week after a passenger plane and Army Black Hawk helicopter crashed midair near D.C., killing 67. A Japan Airlines plane and Delta Airlines plane collided in Seattle. Seattle-Tacoma International Airport announced on social media Wednesday that Port of Seattle Fire, Police, and SEA operations responded to an incident just after 10:15 a.m. local time on a ramp on a taxi line between S Concourse and the South Airport maintenance hangars. The incident involved a taxiing Japan Airlines aircraft that appears to have struck the tail of a parked Delta Airlines aircraft, according to a statement from the airport posted to X. All right, guys, you ready? Here we go. Guys, we're going to break this down all by the numbers using Gematria, which is simply letters as numerals. And once you learn the simple code of coding letters into numbers, you can see right through the scripted coded news every day. Well, guys, let me tell you, this is such a huge confirmation because all week long, I have connected every single one of these plane incidents to one specific number, and that number is 222. And now we have breaking news today of another airplane incident, another collision, this one on the ground, but still another plane incident connected to the number 222. And that's because it says Delta Airlines, Japan Airlines planes collide on the ground in Seattle. In Gematria, Delta Airlines equals 222. Japan Airlines equals 222, like order out of chaos, 222. Now, if you're new here, like if this is the first video you've ever seen, that might not impress you very much, that the numerical value of Delta Airlines and Japan Airlines is both 222, like order out of chaos. But if you're not new here and you've been here all week, you know that I've been connecting every single one of these plane incidents to the number 222. And let me show you. We had the plane crash in Philadelphia. The plane crash in Philadelphia was January 31st. The mayor of Philadelphia is Sherelle Parker. Her birthday, September 9th. So the plane crash in Philadelphia was 222 days before the mayor's birthday. And everybody on that plane crash in Philadelphia, everybody on that plane was from Mexico. The president of Mexico is Claudia Sheinbaum. Claudia Sheinbaum's birthday is June 24th, which means that crash was 222 days after the president of Mexico's birthday. And again, everyone on that plane was from Mexico. So it was 222 days from Sheinbaum's birthday, 222 days from the Philadelphia mayor's birthday. And remember the big part of that story, the little girl was staying at Shriners Hospital. And Shriners Hospital equals 222. Like the Freemason motto, order out of chaos, 222. And Shriners are connected to Freemasonry, right? So, that's obviously connected to the number 222. You got the Gematria, Shriners Hospital, and then you got the date durations with the mayor of Philly and the president of Mexico, okay? Then we had the incident at Obama's old stomping grounds in Chicago. Remember, Obama was the senator in Chicago. And on this channel, I believe Barack Obama is the Antichrist, okay? And 222 is like the biggest number I talk about in connection to Obama. So, number one, this plane incident that happened on February 1st, it happened 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11. 9/11 connected to airplanes, right? And not only was it 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11, this one happened at O'Hare. And notice O'Hare is 222, like Beast is 222. Well, the birthday of Edward O'Hare is March 13th. It's 222 days from Obama's birthday. And this was at the Chicago airport where Obama was the senator. Notice in Gematria, the Antichrist Barack Obama equals 222. Remember, he tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. They called it Wuhan coronavirus, which equals 222. And the first U.S. case of COVID was in King County, Seattle, where this plane collision just happened. The first U.S. case of COVID was in King County, Seattle, 222 days from Trump's birthday, the father of the vaccine. And Trump equals 222. And Trump just won the election 222 days from his birthday. And we're going to get into more 222s with Trump. But first, let me finish this. The Beast of Revelation, 222, Antichrist system, 222. And fun fact, the governor of Illinois, this happened in Illinois, J. Robert Pritzker, 222. And don't forget the address of the airport where this happened. The zip code of O'Hare, the zip code is 60666, okay? But anyways, that's a whole nother plane incident connected to the 222. It happened at O'Hare, 222. It happened 222 days from the anniversary of 9/11, all connected to planes. And this is in Chicago, where Obama was the senator. And the birthday of O'Hare is 222 days from Obama's birthday. And guys, please hit that like button when you come in. Very much appreciated. Helps out a lot. Now, the plane that hit the helicopter, that was flight 5342. When you write out 5342, it equals 222. How about the plane that caught on fire in Houston? The plane that was going to go to New York, New York. We got that story on February 2nd. And including the end date, we got that plane incident 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11. And that was a United Airlines flight, which equals 222. And that plane was headed for New York, New York, which equals 222. And we got that story on February 2nd, which equals 222. Then just a few months ago, on Christmas Day, 2024, we had this story. At least 38 dead after Azerbaijan Airlines plane crashes in Kazakhstan. And the president of Kazakhstan, see, his birthday is May 17th, which means that crash in Kazakhstan was 222 days after their president's birthday. And notice that plane crash was also 222 days before Barack Obama's birthday. And Azerbaijan Airlines plane equals 222. Your head should be spinning about now. Like, guys, I'm not even done with the 222 connections. But, I mean, go ahead and ask yourself, is all this a coincidence? All these plane incidents are connected to the number 222. Delta Airlines. We get this headline today. Excuse me, sorry. Delta Airlines, Japan Airlines planes collide. They're both 222. Is that not like the confirmation of confirmations when I've been telling you all week long that all these plane incidences are connected to the number 222? So, anyways, we'll go back over those. And now, the first, remember, this plane collision that we're talking about today happened in Seattle. Now, that's very big, all right? Because we've already connected Seattle to the number 222 and this whole thing that's going on here. Long story short, I'm going to explain how, but all these plane incidents are connected to the Super Bowl coming up, where the Chiefs are going to be playing the Philadelphia Eagles. Okay? And long story short, the Chiefs are obviously in the Super Bowl, right? Well, the Chiefs won their first Super Bowl with Andy Reid on February 2nd, 2020. That's 2222, right? Because the zeros don't count. And when Andy Reid got his first Super Bowl victory, he also picked up win number 222 of his career. And if you notice, February 2nd, 2020, this was right after the first U.S. case of COVID, which was in King County, Seattle, on January 21st. It was 222 days from Trump's birthday, the father of the vaccine. So this was the first Super Bowl during the time of coronavirus, and this was the first Super Bowl after Kobe Bryant died. And I'm going to show you how Kobe Bryant connects to all this in a second. But anyways, know this. Andy Reid, he got his first Super Bowl with the Chiefs when he picked up win number 222 of his career, and he got it on 2222. It was on February 2nd, right? Well, February 2nd in Gematria equals 222. And it happened on February 2nd, 2020, which equals 2220. And halftime of that Super Bowl was J-Lo, and J-Lo equals 222. And the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl 222 weeks after the Kansas City Royals won the World Series. Okay, Royals, like crown, like Corona means crown, right? Now, speaking of coronavirus and the number 222 and Seattle, it says the first confirmed case relating to COVID-19 was announced by the state of Washington, January 21st, 2020. That was in Seattle, Washington. And you see how that was 222 days after Trump's birthday? Okay? And in Gematria, Wuhan coronavirus is 222, World Economic Forum 222, Antichrist System, Event 201, that's the name of the pandemic simulation, mandatory vaccination, COVID vaccines. They're all 222, right? Well, just a few days ago, on the anniversary of the first U.S. case of COVID, Trump rolled out the Stargate Project, which was about AI cancer vaccines. Trump rolled out the Stargate Project 222 days after his birthday. And Trump just won the election 222 days before his birthday. And Trump equals 222. And while Trump was president, the father of the vaccine, COVID was declared a pandemic exactly 222 months after 9/11. And then Obama tested positive for COVID in the year 2022, which is 222, and he just happened to test positive 222 days after his birthday. So how does this connect to Kobe? Well, Kobe's death kicked off coronavirus. Okay? And remember, Kobe died in a helicopter, which I'm going to get to all this in a second. Helicopter equals 666. Vaccination equals 666. COVID declared a pandemic exactly 666 days after the Clade X pandemic simulation. So I'll talk about the 666 more in a second. But first, more on the 222 and Corona and how it's connected to Kobe. Kobe Bryant died January 26th. That was the first week of COVID in the U.S. Remember, the first U.S. case was January 21st, 222 days from Trump's birthday. So Kobe dies during the first week of coronavirus, and, Kobe had a tattoo of a crown on his arm. Corona means crown. And notice Kobe Bryant was buried in Corona Del Mar. Well, Kobe Bryant died 22 weeks and 2 days after his birthday. Isn't that interesting? And again, COVID declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11, Wuhan coronavirus 222. The first U.S. case was in Seattle 222 days from Trump's birthday. And fun fact, Seattle, Washington just happens to be the sister city to Kobe, Japan. All right, so you see how it all comes together? Now, why are we even talking about Kobe Bryant in connection to plane crashes? Well, I'm going to get back to the 222s, but since we're talking about Kobe, I have to come over here and show you how we got here. Okay? So why are we connecting Kobe Bryant to all of these recent plane incidents? Well, the Philadelphia Eagles, who are going to be playing in the Super Bowl this week against the Kansas City Chiefs, they advanced to the Super Bowl and picked up win number 666 all-time, including the playoffs, on January 26th. And that was the anniversary of Kobe's death, right? So the Philadelphia Eagles, they picked up win number 666. And by the way, Kobe Bryant is from Philadelphia. Let me make sure we're clear on that. Kobe is from Philadelphia. That's the big point here. So the Philadelphia Eagles, they advance to the Super Bowl, and they pick up win number 666 on the anniversary of Kobe's death. And by picking up win number 666, they left the Washington Commanders, the team they played, on 666 wins also. So both of those teams have 666 wins right now. So the Philadelphia Eagles picked up win 666. They left the Commanders on 666. And by the way, not saying it's going to happen, but it would be interesting if the Eagles lose the Super Bowl. Their all-time record is going to be 666 and 666. Just throwing that out there. So what happened right after the Eagles picked up win 666 over Washington, leaving Washington on 666? What happened right after that? Well, just a few days after that, we had a helicopter crash into a plane in Washington. Washington, right? And the airplane was an American Eagle from Wichita, Kansas. American Eagle, kind of like Philadelphia Eagles, and Wichita, Kansas, kind of like Kansas City Chiefs. Now I know Wichita is Kansas and Kansas City is in Missouri, but you get the point. Kansas, right? And also, don't call it a stretch, because right after this happened, we had the plane crash in Philadelphia, and that plane was headed to Missouri. Now, on top of all that, right, they pick up win 666 over Washington, leaving them at 666, and you have the American Eagle from Wichita, Kansas, and then it hits a helicopter in Washington, right? Well, look at the gematria of helicopter. It equals 666. And who died in a helicopter? That would be Kobe Bryant. They did this. They picked up win 666 on the anniversary of Kobe's death. And Kobe scored his career high 81 points in game number 666 of his career. And Kobe had the 666 workout, right? So on top of all that, here's where it really brings it all together. Before that game was played against the Washington Commanders, on the anniversary of Kobe's death, where the Eagles picked up win 666, like helicopter equals 666, before that game was played, the Philadelphia Eagles tweeted out a picture of a helicopter. And they said, just drop down to say go birds. All right? And anyways, that is some crazy stuff for all that to line up so perfect. The anniversary of Kobe's death, they post a picture of a helicopter before picking up win 666, win number 666 over Washington, leaving them at 666. Then we have an American Eagle from Wichita, Kansas, crash into a helicopter in Washington. You know what I mean? It's a perfect circle. On Kobe's death date, who's from Philadelphia, who scored the career high 81 in game 666, okay? So that's a little bit of background of why we're connecting this to Kobe, all right? And remember, it was Kobe's crash that kicked off coronavirus. So I'm thinking what they're messaging here, all these crashes, which are connected to Kobe and the number 222 and all this stuff, I think something worse than coronavirus is about to happen. Because right after Kobe's death, the world changed. And now we have all these things happening, all connected. I think something very big is about to happen. What that is exactly, I don't know yet. But we are going to figure it out. So now, just to prove to you that the number 222 is definitely big with Kobe, we had this sick ritual. UFC fighter Francis Ngannou, he confirmed the death of his infant son Kobe. All right? And his infant son Kobe was named after Kobe Bryant. Well, little Kobe died on April 27th, 2024. That was exactly 222 weeks and 0 days after Kobe Bryant died. And look at the gematria of the father's name, Francis Ngannou, which equals 222. Now back to the connection between the Chiefs and the number 222. Because remember, Andy Reid, and remember that first Super Bowl where Andy Reid got his first Super Bowl and he picked up win number 222, again, that was the first Super Bowl during the time of COVID, and that was the first Super Bowl after Kobe Bryant died. And the one Super Bowl that Patrick Mahomes lost was also during the time of COVID. That was the Buccaneers Super Bowl, where Brady and the Buccaneers won the Super Bowl in their home stadium, right? Notice Buccaneers Super Bowl is 222. But anyways, that one Super Bowl that Mahomes lost, he lost it 222 days before his birthday. And Patrick Mahomes, he holds the record for the most touchdown passes under the age of 29, and that number is 222 touchdowns. And that same year that Mahomes lost his only Super Bowl 222 days from his birthday, and he lost to Brady, that was the same year that Tom Brady picked up win number 222 of his career. I mean, what are the odds? And then remember, Tom Brady came out of retirement 222 days from his birthday. And then how about the Super Bowl that the Chiefs won last year? The guy who caught the game winner for the Chiefs last year, which was the first Super Bowl after Obama's movie Leave the World Behind, which I'll get to in a second. But the guy who caught the game winner for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl was Kerry Nicole Hardman Jr., and his birthday last year was 222 days from Obama's birthday. And real quick, don't forget the other big connections. Kerry Nicole Hardman Jr. equals 192. Super Bowl 58 equals 192. Usher Raymond IV, 192. That was halftime. That was the first Super Bowl after Obama's movie Leave the World Behind. Leave the World Behind equals 192. Leave the World Behind ends in the Commodus bunker. Commodus died in the year 192. What if I told you that Super Bowl was 192 days from Obama's birthday, and Obama equals 192? And by the way, his first and last name, Kerry Hardman, equals 666. But anyways, there's another connection to the 222 with the Chiefs and Obama. The guy who caught the game winner last year, and he said he blacked out when he caught the touchdown. You can look that up. Obama's movie was about a blackout. But yeah, his birthday was 222 days from Obama's birthday. Now, I thought this was a big confirmation yesterday, and today we get the confirmation of confirmations, but long story short, we were connecting the song American Pie to the Super Bowl coming up. And long story short, let me show you why we're making that connection. because the big number with the there's two big numbers, like I said, we're going to talk about today, the number 222 and the number 666. So the big number right now with the Eagles, they're on 666 wins, right? And if they were to lose, they'd have 666 losses. So anyways, we've been connecting all these plane incidents to the Super Bowl, right? And what's interesting is there was a famous plane crash called The Day the Music Died. That was the crash with Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper. That was February 3rd, 1959. There was also another major plane crash that day that killed 65 people. So anyways, the Day the Music Died inspired the song American Pie. Okay? And fun fact, the song American Pie was first performed in Philadelphia. So anyways, here's my point. The Super Bowl, which we've been connecting to all these plane crashes, the Super Bowl is going to be 66 years and 6 days after that plane crash, the day the music died. Pretty interesting, right? So that's why we are looking at American Pie. All right, and there's a 222 connection to American Pie also, which you're going to see in a second. Not this one, another one. This is the connection to American Pie, the movie. The next slide is going to be the 222 connection to the song American Pie. So long story short, the song American Pie is about a plane crash. And there's a movie called American Pie, which just happened to come out 2 years, 2 months, and 2 days before 9/11. Which is obviously connected to plane crashes, right? Well, on top of that, the movie American Pie came out 22 weeks and 2 days after the anniversary of the plane crash, the day the music died. So a double 222, which is crazy because we got that confirmation yesterday after I showed you guys the song American Pie, which was first performed in Philadelphia, like the Philadelphia Eagles are in the Super Bowl. But that song was first performed on Pi Day, March 14th, 314, and it was first performed 222 days from Barack Obama's birthday. And that's the guy I've been connecting all these plane issues with, Obama and the number 222. And if you're coming in late, we're going to recap the whole thing quickly. But you'll see if you're coming in late. We've already been talking about this for 30 minutes. And also, we have a blood moon eclipse coming up on Pi Day. It's going to be 222 days from Obama's birthday. So that's something to look out for that day for sure. Now, what if I told you, see how Delta Airlines is 222 and Japan Airlines is 222? Well, how about this for the big confirmation, guys? Not only are they both 222, notice they're a perfect match in every cipher across the board. Delta Airlines is a perfect match to Japan Airlines in every cipher. And that's your key point right here. As I just showed you, every single plane incident over the last week connected to the number 222. The Azerbaijan Airlines plane back in December, that was connected to the 222. The song American Pie connected to the 222. The movie American Pie connected to the number 222. And now today, you're telling me we get this headline in Seattle, where Seattle, number one, Seattle is the sister city for Kobe, Japan, right? And we got the Kobe connection. But also, Seattle was where the first U.S. case of COVID was, 222 days from Trump's birthday. Seattle, home of the Space Needle, right? So this is a huge confirmation today, and I still can't believe it. But yeah, I believe that is it. And if anybody would like to support the channel, Here's how you can do so. Any support, very much appreciated. This is my full-time job. I'm not monetized by YouTube, so thank you everyone who does support. Very much appreciated. All right, guys. Let me go through this again quickly, and then we will turn it around. For the people that are just coming in, wow. All week, I've been connecting every single plane issue to the number 222. Every single one of them. There wasn't one plane issue that was not connected to the number 222. So this, and also if you're new here, the 222 is the whole reason I started my channel. When I started putting the pieces together with the 222 way back in 2020. So, breaking news today. Delta Airlines, Japan Airlines planes collide on the ground in Seattle. Delta Airlines 222, Japan Airlines 222, order out of chaos 222. The plane crash in Philadelphia. That was 222 days before the mayor's birthday and 222 days after the president of Mexico's birthday. And everyone on that plane was from Mexico. And the little girl on that plane was staying at Shriners Hospital, which equals 222. We had the plane incident where the plane collided with the aircraft tug in Chicago at O'Hare, where Obama was the senator in Chicago, right? O'Hare equals 222. The birthday of O'Hare is 222 days from Obama's birthday. And that happened 222 days from the anniversary of 9/11. The plane that hit the helicopter was flight 5342. When you write that out, it equals 222. The plane that caught on fire in Houston, that was headed to New York, New York. That happened, including the end date, 222 days before the anniversary of 9/11. That was United Airlines flight, which equals 222, like New York, New York, 222. And that one happened on February 2nd, which equals 222. We had the 38 people killed in the Azerbaijan Airlines plane that crashed in Kazakhstan 222 days from their leader's birthday. And what do you know? That plane crash was, what are the odds? Another plane crash that was 222 days before Obama's birthday. An Azerbaijan Airlines plane is 222. And guys, please keep hitting that like button. Please share this with everyone you can. We're only talking about two numbers today. 222 and 666. I don't think it's going to be hard for anyone to comprehend this one. This is just unbelievable facts. Andy Reid picked up his first Super Bowl with the Chiefs on February 2nd, 2020. Guys, that was right after Kobe died and right after the first U.S. case of COVID that was in Seattle. And it was 222 days from Trump's birthday, the first U.S. case. Trump, the father of the vaccine. So Andy Reid, who's going to be playing in the Super Bowl, or not, he's not playing, he's coaching in the Super Bowl, right, against the Eagles, and obviously the Eagles are connected to all this, right? That's Kobe's team. And long story short, when he got his first Super Bowl win, that was win number 222. For Andy Reid, he got it on 2/2/2020. And it was on February 2nd, which equaled 222. February 2nd, 2020 equals 2220. J-Lo did halftime. J-Lo's 222. And the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl 222 weeks after the Kansas City Royals won the World Series. Royals like crown, like Corona means crown. And that was the first Super Bowl during the time of COVID. That was right after this happened. January 21st, 2020, the first U.S. case of COVID in Seattle, where these planes have now collided in Seattle. Connected to the number 222, right? Well, the first U.S. case of COVID was in Seattle 222 days after Trump's birthday. And then Trump just rolled out the Stargate project on the anniversary, 222 days after his birthday. And COVID was declared a pandemic while Trump was president, 222 months after 9/11. And Trump just won the election 222 days before his birthday. And Trump equals 222. And Obama tested positive 222 days after his birthday. Kobe's death kicked off coronavirus, right? He died during the first week of the first U.S. case, right? And Kobe has a tattoo of a crown. Corona means crown. He was buried in Corona del Mar. Kobe died 22 weeks and 2 days after his birthday. And Seattle, Washington is the sister city to Kobe, Japan. We had the first U.S. case in Seattle 222 days from Trump's birthday. Then it was declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. Wuhan coronavirus 222. And how did we get to connect Kobe to the plane crashes? Again, the Eagles, who are playing in the Super Bowl, they picked up win number 666 to advance to the Super Bowl over the Washington team, leaving the Washington team at 666 wins. And then in Washington, D.C., where the Commanders are from, we had the American Eagle, like Philadelphia Eagles, from Wichita, Kansas, kind of like Kansas City Chiefs, right? That airplane hit a helicopter, right? And helicopter equals 666, and Kobe died in a helicopter. And they picked up that win over Washington to get win number 666 on the anniversary of Kobe's death. Wow. And Kobe is from Philadelphia. Hello. And Kobe scored his career high. You think it's a coincidence that Kobe scored his career high in game number 666? By the way, you want to know why it was 81 points? Because Mark of the Beast equals 81 and Kobe being Bryant equals 81. Now, that same day that the Eagles picked up win number 666 on the anniversary of Kobe's death, before that game was played, the Eagles tweeted out a picture of a helicopter. And they said, just drop down to say go Birds. I mean, it is just straight mockery. Okay? So that's how we got to, connect Kobe to all these plane crashes. And then remember what happened just a few days after the plane that hit the helicopter? We got the biggest confirmation ever when we had a plane crash in Philadelphia. Are you kidding me? I mean, what a confirmation. A plane crashed in Philadelphia. And where was that plane headed? It was headed for Missouri. The Kansas City Chiefs play in Missouri. And again, the plane that hit the helicopter was an American Eagle from Wichita, Kansas. Which, obviously, Wichita's Kansas, Kansas City's in Missouri, but you get the point. Kansas, right? Okay, so just wanted to show you why we're talking about Kobe here. And to prove to you that the 222 is big with Kobe, we had this other ritual. UFC fighter Francis Ngannou, his infant son Kobe died, who was named after Kobe Bryant. And little Kobe just happened to die exactly 222 weeks and 0 days after Kobe Bryant died, when the father's name who announced the death equals 222, Francis Ngannou, 222. Now back to the Chiefs, who are playing in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. Remember, Andy Reid picked up win number 222 in his first Super Bowl victory. And the one Super Bowl that Mahomes lost was the Buccaneers Super Bowl to Brady. And I call it the Buccaneers Super Bowl because that was the Super Bowl in their home stadium. Remember, they couldn't even fill up the stadium because of the lockdowns and everything. Everyone had to wear a mask to the game. Anyways, that was also during the time of COVID, right? Well, what are the odds? The one Super Bowl Mahomes lost was 222 days from his birthday. And what are the odds that Mahomes holds the record for the most touchdown passes under the age of 29, and the number is 222? And that year that Mahomes lost to Brady, 222 days from his birthday, that was the year that Brady picked up win number 222. And then Brady came out of retirement 222 days from his birthday. And then also with the Chiefs and their Super Bowls last year, the guy who caught the game winner in the Chiefs Super Bowl was Kerry Nicole Hardman Jr., who had his birthday last year, 222 days from Obama's birthday. And there's a lot more I could tell you with Kerry Nicole Hardman Jr. and all that. It's connected to the number 666 and the 192. You'll have to go back and watch what I said earlier. I'm trying to go as quick as I can. So then we got this confirmation, because we're talking about the song American Pie, and then which is about a plane crash. And then we started connecting the movie American Pie to plane crashes, right? And why are we even talking about American Pie? Well, we discovered this week that, because, we're connecting all these plane issues to the Super Bowl, and how, like, the Eagles are in the Super Bowl with 666 wins. Well, there was a famous plane crash called the day the music died. The plane crash of Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, the Big Bopper. The Super Bowl is going to be 66 years and 6 days after that plane crash, known as the day the music died. And that plane crash inspired the song American Pie, and American Pie was performed for the first time on Pie Day in Philadelphia. Hello. And you got the Philadelphia Eagles with the 666 wins, and they're going to be playing in the Super Bowl 66 years, 6 days after one of the biggest plane crashes ever, right? And all these plane crashes have obviously been connected to the Super Bowl. So anyways, there's the song American Pie is about a plane crash. There's also a movie called American Pie, which came out 2 years, 2 months, and 2 days before 9/11. 9/11, the biggest plane disaster day ever, right? And the movie also came out 22 weeks and 2 days after the anniversary of that plane crash, the day the music died, which inspired the song American Pie, right? And the song American Pie, you know how I've been connecting all these plane issues and the number 222 to Obama? Well, isn't it interesting that the song American Pie was performed for the first time in Philadelphia on Pie Day, March 14th, 222 days from Obama's birthday, and then we have a blood moon eclipse coming up on Pi Day, 222 days from Obama's birthday. And then not only is Delta Airlines 222 like Japan Airlines is 222, but they're a perfect match in every cipher, guys. And here's your key point. Delta Airlines 222, Japan Airlines 222. This is after I've been talking about all the plane issues all week, connecting every single one of them to the number 222. This is a huge confirmation, guys. And the fact that it was in Seattle, which is the sister city of Kobe, and also Seattle is where the first U.S. case of COVID was, 222 days from the president's birthday. Trump equals 222. Don't forget Trump Organization equals 222. Don't forget Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. Ivana Trump died 222 days from her birthday. But yeah, the first U.S. case was in Seattle 222 days from Trump's birthday. And now we get this incident in Seattle after we've been talking about the planes and the 222 all week. This is absolutely unbelievable. Both of them. Delta Airlines, Japan Airlines 222. Unbelievable, huh? And again, if anyone wants to support, very much appreciated. And here it is one more time. Delta Airlines 222, Japan Airlines 222, and all credit to God. Absolutely all credit to God. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without His help. So thank you so much to God for giving me eyes to see. And it's just unreal. Ain't it? All right, let me turn this around. All right, guys. Well, what do you think about that? Hey, Brother Todd, good to see you. Everybody in the chat, make sure you subscribe to Todd Rushton in the chat. He puts out great videos, so check him out. Hey, Clayton, how you doing? Hey, Rachel. Hey, Ed, good to see you, brother. Hey, Bones. Hey, Charlie. Hey, Praiseworthy. Much love. Anybody have anything to add? Any questions, let me know. Hey, Paul. Hey, Cozy, much love to you. But yeah, guys, I talked about this a little bit in the live stream I did, about an hour ago, but I just had to do a whole separate video on this because it definitely deserves its own separate video. That's for sure. Hey, Thousand Thrills, good to see you. But yeah, guys, like I said earlier, I already went live today for over 2 hours. We covered the shooting in Sweden, also the shooting in Ohio. And I'm hearing there's all kinds of other news today. I'll see how much I get to. There's been so much news lately. There might be a few stories I have to skip, unfortunately. It's just there's so much going on at once. It really is hard to keep up lately. So just know that. There might be a couple that I don't get to. So thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Claudia. Hey, Cleveland, good to see you. All right, guys. Well, I think we will leave it there for this one. Nice and short, to the point. And please, guys, if there was ever a video to share, share this one. I don't think, what is there to argue with in this video? I mean, you can send this one to grandma. You can send this to your uncle. You can send this to your best friend. You can put this on Facebook, Twitter. I don't think anyone is going to make fun of you for this one. I mean, we're talking about undeniable stuff here. So, yeah, if there was ever a video to share, please share this one. A lot of work went into this, and we've been keeping up with it every step of the way. And looks like we were right on track, huh, with the 222. I told you guys. I told you these are all connected to that number 222. What a confirmation today. Wow. Delta Airlines, Japan Airlines planes collide in Seattle. Delta Airlines 222, Japan Airlines 222, the first U.S. case of COVID in Seattle, 222 days from the president's birthday. Wuhan coronavirus 222, declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. All the Kobe connections, the American Pie connections, and every single plane incident over the last week has been connected to that number 222. And we connected it to the Chiefs and the whole thing. So anyways, if you're coming in late, you definitely want to go back and rewatch this one. That's for sure. But yes, I believe we will wrap it up, guys. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of the channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And do me a favor, I'm going to wrap this up in the next minute. We got 107 watching. If all 107 of you guys could leave a comment, I know it's not going to happen, all 100. But please take the time. It only takes a few seconds. As soon as I get done, please leave a comment after the fact on this video. It helps out the algorithm, helps more people find the video. All right, so please do that. I would really appreciate it. And thank you guys for being here today. Thank you for being part of the channel. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. On the way out, please hit the like and the share. Very much appreciated. And as always, keep looking up. We are living in the biblical end of days. Jesus is coming very soon. I can't wait. And I will see you guys on the next video. God bless.